Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at some vacuum sealing machines, what they are, what they do, and why you need one. So before we jump right in and start talking about the vacuum sealers, let's talk about what is vacuum sealing. What's it for? What's it do? Well, if you ever have wanted to put up food that, if you go to the store, you buy in bulk, and you come home, food doesn't last very long, and if you put it in the freezer, you get the dreaded freezer burn and all that. Well, vacuum sealing, what that allows you to do, it allows you to take a special bag, okay, it's a special bag, put your food in it, utilizing one of these machines, it pulls a vacuum. Basically, it removes all the air out and then uses heat strips to seal the bag, which basically it melts the bag together. And by doing so, what it does, it pulls all of the air and also the humidity, which is the more important thing, the humidity out of the bag. So that when you put food in the bag, you vacuum seal it, you stick it in your freezer, it doesn't get freezer burnt. Now, we have had things vacuum sealed for over a year in the freezer. Pulled them out, defrosted, no problems. So that's kind of the short and dirty of what vacuum sealing is. And one of the machines that we're going to take a look at first is this Food Saver machine here. Now, this is a machine that is several years old, so this exact model is not available. It's been updated. But what I did to make this a fair comparison to the other machine here that I bought not too long ago, I'm going to use Food Saver's kind of top of the line, which is their 5800 series, and it can be had for around 260 bucks. And one of the things I will say about Food Saver, this is a brand that has done very well in getting into stores. So if you go to Walmart, Target's, Sam's Club, Costco, you get the idea. You're going to find a Food Saver. And if you are just getting into vacuum sealing, this is a really good machine. Okay, I'm not going to knock it. And one of the things I will say about this higher end model, even though 200, say around 250, because these things, depending on where you get them from, they're always on sale. So let's just say roughly 250. It's a lot of money, okay? It is. But this will get you into vacuum sealing with some extra features, which is over here. Now, this machine was kind of the top of the line when we bought it, and the 5800 series that is available today from Food Saver has this same attachment. And what it is, it's their accessory jack, okay, if you will. What that allows you to do, it has some functionality, but the main thing, it lets you vacuum seal mason jars, including standard and wide mouth. That adds to this thing's value tremendously, because not only do you seal bags with it, but you can also seal those jars. And why does that come in handy? Well, if you're taking dehydrated beans or anything like that, you put them in there, you take the little port, hook it up, pull vacuum on a mason jar, and basically what that does is it creates an integrity seal on the mason jar. It pulls the vacuum, it seals the jar, but more importantly, it keeps that jar from being breached. Meaning that, say you just put some bags of beans up in some cans or something, and when you need them, you go to open them only to find that you have some kind of critter infestation that has pretty much contaminated your supply. Well, you don't want that to have that happen. So these machines generally are marketed for the first-time buyers and even experienced buyer, but they're very simple to use. And the new machine, like I said, looks a little different, but it's still kind of the same. They have instructions printed on this cover here, so you're never going to forget how to use it because they're very simple. And the nice thing about this one is it has a insert here for a roll of bags. And then it even has this bar that you can feed the bags through, and it has an integrated cutter. So you can just cut the bags very conveniently right here from the machine. So it just adds, again, it adds to the value. Okay. So we have wore this machine out. because at the heart of any vacuum sealing machine is going to be the actual vacuum pump, the motor. And this machine, the pump on it pulls about 130 watts-ish, give or take. And that's going to be an important figure when we get into the other machine that we're going to talk about. And just to kind of give everybody a brief reminder of where you're going to find vacuum seals, if you ever look at MREs, kind of the #1 staple of every military ration is going to be your good old crackers, your MRE crackers. And what gives these things that oh so satisfying hiss that Steve loves is the fact that this package is vacuum sealed. So this is a product of the vacuum sealing process. Just in case, you know, anybody was kind of wondering, that's the process that we're talking about. Now this machine is a big boy. This is a Weston Pro 3000 vacuum sealer. This is a commercial machine. This is a workhorse. And it does the same thing except for the accessory port that the Food Saver has. But this machine is about $650. So big difference in price between these two machines. Now, what is the benefit of a machine like this over a machine like the Food Saver? Well, let's just look at that very important vacuum pump that I talked about. The Food Saver is coming in at about 128, 30 watts. This one's 935 watts. Okay, now that, I don't know if that includes the heat sealing strip or not, because that is a separate component, but you get the picture. This is a much more robust machine. This machine is not designed to, the Food Saver is not designed to seal continuously. You're going to seal a couple things and you're going to notice that the machine will not seal anymore because it needs to physically cool off. That motor needs to cool down. This machine, as soon as you give it power and you hit the on button, you're going to hear a fan kick on. This thing is made to use continuously. This is a sealing beast. Okay. Now with the Food Saver, the one thing I will say, Food Saver does have replacement parts. I looked at their website and I was looking to see what all you could get, if you could get like new heat strips, because heat strips are one thing that you're going to have to replace. And I know that for the Food Savers, I know you can buy the sealing strips, the gasket material. I know you can get that, but on this Weston machine, when I bought this machine, I bought a kit. And that kit comes with I think this is 2 sets of the gaskets that are here that actually seal the chamber when you put your bag into here, and it creates that seal that pulls the vacuum. But this right here is the heat strip. And you can also, in this kit that I got, you can see there it also has some replacement heat strips. So everything that you need that you're going to use, you're going to wear out, other than the vacuum pump motor itself, can be replaced on this unit. I've seen the gaskets on the Food Savers, but not the heat strips. So I'm not sure if you can actually replace those or not. Now, with that out of the way, let's look at what the product of the vacuum sealing process gives you, and the difference between these two machines when it comes to actually vacuum sealing stuff. Now these are some Cheerios that I vacuum sealed a little while ago, and this was sealed with the Food Saver, and hopefully it shows up good, but you see this right here, this line. That's the sealing line. That's where it actually melted the bag together to create the seal. And if you see, it's really thin. It's only probably an 1/8 inch, 3/16 at the most thick. But this is very important because this keeps the vacuum in the bag. Now these are bags that came sealed one side from Food Saver, and you can buy them that way. You can buy them where one side is sealed and the bag's ready to use, or you can buy the roll. Now if you buy the roll, you have to cut it yourself to the size you want. You have to seal one side. You have to manually seal one side. Then you put your food in it, you pull vacuum, and it seals the other side of the bag. So just keep that in mind. Now this is a bag that I sealed with the Weston Pro 3000 sealer. Now you can see that right here. You can see that that sealing line, it is a good 1/4 inch thick. It is way bigger. Hopefully that shows up. It is a much more pronounced seal, which is very, very important. Now, that's not to say that the Food Saver is not going to serve you well, because it absolutely will. We've never really had problems with a bag integrity, okay? We've never really had that issue. But one thing to be mindful of is when you're sealing bags, especially when you're sealing hamburger meat and chicken, you have to be very careful of any of the chicken, any of the blood from the meat, because when it pulls vacuum, it's going to pull that liquid up to where it's going to seal. You need to make sure that when you put your stuff into the bag, take a cloth or whatever and make sure you wipe both sides of the bag, just to help to prevent that. Because obviously if you have liquid up here when it goes to make a seal, it will, I've seen it still seal, but you have that foreign material in there and it can cause the seal to break. So you don't want that. So that's, you can look, the vacuum is the same. Like, it pulls vacuum just fine. The one thing I will say about the Weston machine, the Weston machine, yes, being a more expensive machine, it also can do a lot more just on the vacuum sealing side that the Food Saver can do. By way of, it allows you to adjust the vacuum, how much vacuum is pulled out of the bag. You can actually adjust that with the Weston machine. And also it has a seal time adjustment, meaning how much time the heat is on the bag. So if you're sealing different brand bags that maybe don't need as much heat because the material may be a little thinner, I've never ran into that because I tend to buy either Food Saver bags or Weston bags. I don't really buy cheap non-brand, sealing bags. So there's that. Now, when you get into the bags, this is a bag that I bought, and I can't remember what size these are. Does it say on it? I don't think it does. No. But this is a bag. It came in a big old bundle, and you can see here one side's already sealed, just this side is open. One side is smooth, and the other side has texturing. The texturing is what allows the air to funnel to be pulled out of the bag, okay? And you can buy bags like this that are pre-sealed, where all you gotta do is put your stuff in it, stick it in the machine, seal it, you're good to go. Or you can buy the rolls. The good thing about the rolls is that it gives you the versatility of making your own size bags. Now, we were at Costco and we picked up stuff like this. This is just a variety pack. It has 3 rolls of 8-inch bags that are 20 feet long. It has 4 rolls of 11-inch bags that are 16 feet long. And then it has 50 pre-cut 1-quart bags, meaning that the 1-quart bags, they're already sealed on one side. So they're ready to go. You just put your food in them, seal the other side, and bam. Now, these are some bags that we got, and this is a really big box. But these are gallon bags. These are 11 by 16 inch, and these are actually Weston bags. And you can see here that, they make a big deal of saying that they're BPA free and stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you, just from my experience, the Food Saver bags, and this is a sort of a variety pack of Food Saver bags that has 8-inch rolls and 11-inch rolls. And as a bonus, because this is a bonus pack, they give you 6 gallon bags. So yeah, you can buy stuff like this, and like I said, you can find this stuff at Target, Walmart, pretty much everywhere. And Weston also makes the rolls, just like Food Saver does. Now the question here, yes, you can vacuum seal food. What else can you vacuum seal? Well, if you are a prepper, you're going to be sealing all kinds of stuff. Yes, you can vacuum seal ammo. Does really good. And yes, you can vacuum seal a firearm. And yes, you can even vacuum seal your phone. And here's an iPhone. And the crazy thing is as long as you seal it on the front side, on the smooth side, you can actually still use it. So you kind of get where I'm going with this. Vacuum sealing is not just limited to food. It's literally anything that you want to protect. You can even vacuum seal silver coins, things that might tarnish. You can throw them in a bag, pull vacuum on them, and seal them, and it will actually protect them. So yeah, sky's the limit. Use your imagination. In the comment section down below, let me know if you have a vacuum sealing machine, how you like it, what brands you have, and if you're looking for a vacuum sealing machine. If you have any questions about my thoughts on Food Saver versus this Weston machine, they're both really good machines and they're both a good value. So you're not going to go wrong either way. The only thing I cannot directly attest to is the lower end Food Savers, the machines that can be had for like under $100. I don't know how those machines are, in durability or how they work, because obviously if the machine is cheaper, the one place that you can cut corners is getting a weaker vacuum pump, and that is basically that's the heart of a vacuum sealing machine. Now I will say, if you're going to go the Food Saver route, save up, get the one with the accessory port, because that accessory port is extremely useful. And like I said, I don't really have that on the Weston machine, so that is kind of a trade-off there. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you for hanging out with me, and if you have any questions, comments, anything you want me to answer, go to the comment section down below. I do read all the comments, and I really do appreciate the engagement. Like the video, dislike it, whatever, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Peace.